All right, well, I'd like to leave you guys with something because I don't know, does anyone here other than Dave meditate? I'm sure. All right, now meditation, there is no right or wrong way to meditate. And there really isn't. Actually, years ago I was trying to meditate. I bought all these books and I even bought these pillows and chairs and stuff like that. And they told me how to sit up straight. I'm like, but I was determined to meditate because there was something about meditation that I want to find out. And one day I picked up a book, and when I opened up the book, the first sentence was, there is no right or wrong way to meditate. And I didn't buy the book. I just went home and meditated any way I found certain. Because what meditation literally does, like sleep does, but you're not conscious in sleep, it brings you to a neutral place. And when you're in a neutral place, you're in your actual frequency, and you're there the way you want to be. And then, but notice, meditation, or that neutral place, is like pause. We didn't come here to pause button, but like if you were watching a movie at home, and you had to go to the bathroom, thank God you have a pause. Or if, once in a while watch a TV show and we discuss what happened, you pause it. To discuss or catch up with it. So meditation is to just catch up with it. And they've done so much study on meditation anyway. And some people say this meditation is better, this meditation is better. The truth is, whatever resonates with you is the best meditation for you. But they actually done physiological studies on this. When you actually sleep at night, you literally release toxins and stress from your body. The problem is, most people don't sleep enough to where it would almost be like a garbage can. If you fold the garbage can up to the rim but throw it out every day, it wouldn't be an issue. But what happens is, say you fold it up over the top, but you can only throw the 100% away, so now you're left with another 20%. And as that goes on, you never catch up. So sleep doesn't do it. Meditation does though, because you're conscious. So I particularly like to meditate first thing in the morning, because when you wake up, your momentum, if it's negative, is slow. Because you could have went to bed pissed off last night, and you wake up in the morning, you start brushing your teeth, and you realize, that's right, I'm pissed off at her. What's going on? Hey, honey. But it took you a moment to get there. So when you're at so when you get there, that's, hey, keep it down. So the morning time, I feel, is the best time to meditate because you're already at this place. And when you meditate, you go into, you have different experiences. But when I meditate, these frequencies come in, and these bits of information come in as if somebody was whispering in my ear. Artists do that. Musicians do that. Actually, every human being does that. Every human being gets into the zone at least once a day. They just discard it. They hear that voice in there, they just discard it. Because we were taught to be logical. Well, how is that going to get you there? Can you imagine Bill Gates had explained to his parents how he's dropped out of Harvard? He knew, and he couldn't explain. He couldn't. He just left and went to New Mexico. He didn't go back to Cupertino. He went to New Mexico because they didn't want to deal with mom and dad that paid for Harvard. But now, they're like, oh, right? Because he knew, but what he knew, he couldn't even explain to himself. Einstein, his special relativity, he knew at 16. It took him 10 years, by the age 26, to actually tell the world. But his job was to validate it. But he already knew it. He knew it at 16. It just took him 10 years to explain it to the world. And once he explained it, everyone in the world knew. And that's really it. Meditation can get you there. So it doesn't matter when you meditate, but when you do that, you'll actually reach the different levels, and you'll see how things are done. And then you act on it. And know that every bit of action you take will lead you in the direction of your goal. And when you get to the goal, it's just a new fork in the road. That's all it is. The goal isn't where you jump up and down. You're jumping up and down the whole way there. And so that's why if you learn to meditate, I tell people go on YouTube all the time, and there's guided meditations, there's regular meditations. Just try it out. You have nothing to lose. It's not hard. And do not try to meditate. Just immerse yourself in it. You sit there for a minute, can't do it, so what? Tomorrow will be 2 minutes, so what? Who cares? If you release yourself from having to do it, the paradox will actually keep you in it. Most people, like when you paint or you play your harmonica, you're literally in the meditative zone. You're just physically doing something. In the meditation I'm talking about, you just sit quietly. And that feels good, but when you're playing a harmonica and when you're painting, it feels so much better. It really does. Because we didn't come here to be paused. But sometimes we have to pause to go to the bathroom and explain to somebody what's going on. It's actually usually hurts explain to anybody. And that's really it. So, I hope this opened everyone up to a different perspective, and just take it with you. Realize that you are both the higher self and the thinking mind. So the thinking mind was never meant to conceive anything. It only has the ability to perceive what it likes and doesn't like. The higher mind conceives. The thinking mind perceives what we like. So I'm not saying just be wish-washy. You go to a buffet and don't like it, but you didn't lay the buffet out, somebody else did. And that's how life is one big buffet. So we know through the resonance of who we are, what likes different things. Now, if everyone thought alike, there would only be one human being on the planet. So, lately, I've had a lot of discussions about people like, oh my God, the world's going to hell. And contrary to that, it's not. It's actually getting better. The reason being it's getting better. People often think world peace is everyone thinking alike. The truth is world peace is everyone knowing alike and thinking different. Because you can have that right now. You don't need someone else to agree with you. Because if someone else agrees with you, there's no conversation. All right. Is there any more questions? All right. Thank you. Thanks for coming out.